Right, hello everyone, welcome to our deep dive into the India versus Pakistan war. Now, I know what you're thinking. India versus Pakistan war? That could mean anything. It's a bit like saying you're doing a deep dive on British food. Are we talking fish and chips or spotted dick? Both are possibilities. Both will leave you slightly queasy. But buckle up, because we're not just talking about one war, but multiple dust-ups, skirmishes, and let's be honest, full-blown conflicts. Today, we're uncovering some fascinating facts and conspiracy theories. Because if there's one thing history teaches us, it's that alongside the documented, verifiable facts, there are always rumors, whispers, and outright fabrications swirling around like gnats at a picnic. And when it comes to India and Pakistan, well, let's just say there's no shortage of picnic baskets for those gnats to swarm. So get ready to dive into trench warfare, explore political maneuvering more tangled than a plate of biryani after a night out, and try to untangle fact from fiction. Should be a piece of cake, right? Okay, for those of you who slept through history class, or more likely had a history teacher who droned on like a dial-up modem connecting to the internet, here's the crash course. India and Pakistan, they haven't always been the best of mates. Imagine siblings who shared a room for centuries, constantly bickering over who got the bigger toy soldier. Except in this scenario, the toy soldiers are actual soldiers. And the room is a rather large and strategically important subcontinent. See, both nations were once under British rule, a time period we won't dwell on because frankly it's more awkward than finding your parents' old love letters. But the Brits, in their infinite wisdom, decided to pack their bags and leave in 1947. And like a messy divorce, they split the region up. Cue the birth of India and Pakistan, two nations with a shared history, a tangled present, and let's just say, a whole lot of baggage. This partition, as it was called, was about as organized as a game of drunken twister. It led to mass migrations, violence, and frankly, a level of human suffering that's hard to comprehend. But hey, at least the Brits were out of there, right? Off to overcook more vegetables, probably. Now you might think, okay, messy breakup, but surely they've moved on. Well, not quite. You see, there was this little matter of Kashmir, a region both countries claimed. It's like those divorced couples still fighting over who gets the dog, except in this case, the dog is a breathtakingly beautiful region with strategic importance. And so, in 1947, boom, the first India-Pakistan war kicks off. It's like a terrible rom-com sequel no one asked for. This war, my friends, set the stage for decades of conflict, mistrust, and well, let's just say it makes any family Thanksgiving dinner look like a model of peaceful diplomacy. So we've had one war. Are we done? Oh, sweet summer child, we are just getting started. In 1965, round two. This time it was sparked by, you guessed it, Kashmir. It's like watching the same episode of a bad sitcom on repeat, except this time people are actually dying. Tanks rolled, planes soared, and after a few weeks of intense fighting, both sides declared victory. Which, let's be honest, is about as believable as a politician promising lower taxes and better healthcare. But hey, at least it stopped short of nuclear war, which, given both countries have the bomb, is about the lowest bar for success imaginable. And then, just to keep things interesting, we have 1971 and the war that led to the creation of Bangladesh. We won't get into the weeds on that one, but let's just say it involved a whole other level of complexity and, sadly, a whole lot more bloodshed. The point is, these weren't just minor disagreements over tea and biscuits. These were full-blown conflicts with lasting consequences. And look, I'm not here to take sides. Frankly, trying to untangle the blame in this whole mess is like trying to herd cats. It's messy, it's likely to end in scratches, and frankly, I'd rather just open another bag of crisps. All right, let's talk politics. Because as if wars weren't messy enough, we now throw in the charming world of political maneuvering, backroom deals, and enough propaganda to make even the most cynical amongst us raise an eyebrow. The aftermath of these wars saw both India and Pakistan grappling with internal strife and external pressures. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while riding a unicycle on a tightrope, difficult, stressful, and with a high probability of ending in disaster. India, for its part, emerged as the larger power, but it also had to deal with the complexities of being a democracy in a region prone to instability. Pakistan, meanwhile, faced its own challenges with periods of military rule and a constant balancing act between its own internal factions and its relationship with its neighbor. And through it all, the Kashmir issue remained a thorn in everyone's side. It's like that one awkward relative you try to avoid at family gatherings, but who always seems to find a way to bring up politics and ruin Christmas dinner. The point is, the political fallout from these wars is still felt today. It's shaped the region, influenced foreign policy, and continues to be a source of tension. And if you think it's complicated now, just wait until we get to the conspiracy theories. Now, for the part you've all been waiting for, the conspiracy theories, because let's face it, nothing spices up a good historical conflict like a healthy dose of speculation, rumor, and outright fabrication. And when it comes to India and Pakistan, well, let's just say the internet has been working overtime. We've got everything from secret pacts to hidden agendas, all served with a side of trust me, I read it online. One popular theory claims that the wars were orchestrated by foreign powers, playing both sides against each other for their own benefit. It's the classic puppet master narrative, and let's be honest, it's a juicy one. Who doesn't love a good shadowy cabal pulling the strings from behind the scenes? Then there are the theories about hidden agendas, secret weapons, and even, wait for it, alien involvement. Yes, you heard that right, aliens. Because apparently interstellar beings have nothing better to do than meddle in the affairs of two squabbling nations on a planet they probably can't even find on a map. Now, I'm not saying any of these theories are true. In fact, most of them are about as credible as a politician's promise to read the bill later, but they are fascinating nonetheless, offering a glimpse into the anxieties, suspicions, and frankly, the sheer creativity of the human mind. So where does that leave us? Well, the India-Pakistan conflict is a complex and multifaceted issue with a long and bloody history. It's a story of political maneuvering, military clashes, and a whole lot of human suffering, and sadly, it's a story that's still being written today. The lasting impact of these wars is undeniable. It's shaped the identities of both nations, fueled mistrust and suspicion, and left a trail of unresolved issues in its wake. But amidst the tragedy, there are also glimmers of hope. There are people on both sides working tirelessly for peace and reconciliation, trying to bridge the divide and build a better future for generations to come. It's a long and arduous process, but it's a necessary one. Because the only thing worse than repeating the mistakes of the past is forgetting them altogether. Well, there you have it. A whirlwind tour of the India-Pakistan conflict, complete with historical context, political analysis, and enough conspiracy theories to make your head spin. Thanks for joining us on this journey through history and mystery. We've barely scratched the surface of this complex and multifaceted issue, but hopefully we've given you something to think about. And who knows, maybe we've even inspired you to do some digging of your own. Just remember, when it comes to history, the truth is often stranger than fiction. And when it comes to the internet, well, let's just say it's best to take everything with a grain of salt. A very large, Himalayan-sized grain of salt. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing content.